Good morning, y'all. Gonna do a quick morning wrap here on this hump day, November 3rd, 2021. That's a little special lingo for Wednesday. Got a few things to hit here. We'll go a little shorter than normal, then we'll go into our program note. So today we're going to talk about the tragedy yesterday. We're going to talk about the NFL trade deadline right behind that. A little bit on Major League Baseball's World Series and the program note as well. So let's hit it. Tragedy yesterday, early yesterday morning, about 3:30 Las Vegas time. Henry Ruggs III of the Raiders was driving at a fairly high rate of speed, I understand. Chevy Corvette. He hit a Toyota RAV4 downtown Las Vegas. He was booked for driving under the influence, and sadly, the person in the RAV4, or at least one person in the RAV4, passed away from their injuries. They died at the scene, actually. So we send our prayers out to the family, also out to Henry Ruggs' family, but mainly to the family of the deceased. It's a horrible thing. Seems kind of sacrilegious to then talk about the football aspect of it. Henry Ruggs was then released later in the day yesterday, or by midday yesterday. His career is pretty much over. It is a grade B felony in Nevada. 2 years to 10 years is the sentencing guidelines on that, and he's dead to rights. What gets me in this one, and I'll move on from it very quickly, is, you know, a ride service. It's never been easier to just get an Uber. Why? Why'd you have to drive? You're drinking, just get a ride, right? So horrible. So, you know, blessings, as many blessings for closure and for justice for that family, unfortunately. Number 2 is trade deadline. It's pretty quiet. It was a quiet deadline. Broncos are in fire sale mode. They were able to unload linebacker Von Miller to the Los Angeles Rams for a second and a third in next year's draft. And also cornerback Kerry Vincent Jr. went to Philadelphia for a 6th rounder in next year's draft. Broncos have new leadership. They're, you know, in the front office, and they are really stockpiling picks. And I think they're probably going to try to make a run at a high draft pick, or high, you know, front of the draft quarterback, and some, maybe even get some depth, because they're getting some late draft capital. Melvin Ingram III, who had previously been a really productive edge rusher, went to Kansas City. Now, he wasn't playing much. He was on a pillow contract. That's a 1-year deal in the lingo. So Pittsburgh gets a 6th rounder in next year's draft as compensation for that. He had asked for a trade very calmly and quietly, which is the correct way to do it, you home gamers. He's going to represent depth. He was not a starter this year. Some of the kids had come and supplanted him, so he wasn't really playing. So he's moved on to KC, and KC can use him. Their defense is pretty horrid. Number 3 issue. World Series ended last night with a bang, 7-0 victory in Houston. So they got the party on in Houston. I'm sure they banged lots of trash cans. Too soon? So the Braves beat the Astros. What's amazing with this group is that they were 500 ball club at the All-Star break. They just made a huge run, and they were able to win the East. And they had injuries at the same time, especially down the stretch. Very impressive. They're young, they're confident, I would say even brash, but they back it up. What they really are is deep. They've got a lot of depth in the position core, but they've also got it in the starting pitching as well as the bullpen. So a lot of depth. They're young. A lot of these guys are under team control for multiple years out. So this is going to be a good club going forward. Will they win the National League next year? Who knows? They're going to be in the conversation every year for the next several. This is a good ball club. It's being run well. On the Astros side, they're going to stay intact. Dusty is going to, from what it sounds like, get a 1 or a 2 year deal extension and run it back. They're young enough and they're talented enough, even without the trash can signals, which makes it even worse that they had done those things. They never needed to, okay? But they did, and that's going to stain them forever. But they'll be back. I think they'll be back either next, in 22 or 23. I think after a year or two, they're not automatic. You might see a window close at that point. Okay, so we'll see what happens. It's an entertaining World Series from what I understand. I really wasn't watching it much. Watched, only a couple games of it. And it's the least I've watched a World Series in several years. So that's just the way the cookie crumbles. But congratulations to the Atlanta Braves. And last piece on a program note, like I had said on the last missive that I sent you on Monday, I was not going to film one on Friday. We will be at Villanova University. Me and Mini-Me, who happens to be bigger and taller than me. So he's a Special Olympics athlete. And by the way, we have nothing, this is not a sanctioned blog or YouTube channel for Special Olympics. But he is going to be playing bocce up there. I'm an assistant coach. So Friday night instead of Friday day, I'm going to interview him about his exploits in Special Olympics, what it means to him. It's going to take a little bit for me to coax some answers out of him. He's verbal-ish with the autism, so we'll see what we can get out of him and get that posted up during the weekend. We'll be back on Sunday night at Mikasa, and then Monday morning we'll get another missive out there on whatever's going on in sports. But I figure it'd be a nice time to talk a little bit about what this aspect means to him. Maybe I can pontificate as well a little bit on what the coaching aspect means to me. I'm an assistant coach on that program. There's a couple of different programs that I'm assistant coaching in. I run basketball in our county. We'll be running bowling next fall when the people that are running it now have been running for a couple of decades are going to be stepping away. So it can be a challenge, but what it mainly is a very, very cool thing to behold. Whether they have fear, whether they have apprehension, whether they have anxiety, the things that they're able to do with what they've been given in life is a truly inspiring thing. I hope that serves to give you some as well. So I won't be able to show any film from it, but we'll be at the hotel room or at the, maybe we'll be down in the common area and we'll do a little interview. It'll be cute. Good things. So I will see you guys Friday night. It should be up sometime late Friday night or Saturday morning, I think. That'll be a little different, and I think nice. So as usual, I'm trying to get some community going. So if you wouldn't mind, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the ringy dingy, say all, and then spread this video far and wide. I need you to realize that sharing is caring, and I need all the caring that I can get. Happy hump day, y'all. Peace out, me homies. See ya.